What's up with it? We are back. This is my Southern Opinion TV. If you're new to the channel, welcome. My name's Eddie Steady, 214. I bring you battle rap, recaps, breakdowns, predictions, and much more. But um, usually that's what I do. We got this new sports show, Sports Talk. We want to talk about nothing but sports, no battle rap. You know what I'm saying? We talking about NFL mostly. Anything else becomes a headline in sports, we gonna talk about it. Hit the link if you wanna come in and add your input, ask any questions, or just add on to whatever the topic is. And this first episode, it may be a little short episode, but this the first one, like the pilot. And this is all about preseason football. Getting ready for the NFL season. We got about a week to go. Let's talk about all 32 teams and getting ready for this NFL season. Let's start off with standings and what I seen from preseason. Now I know preseason, some people don't watch preseason, and that's cool. I'll keep you up to date on what's going on and what you missed out on. It's been a lot of action this preseason. A lot of action. A lot of the starters you see don't play, but then a lot of starters did play. So you get to get an early little early little appetizer, if you will, of the NFL teams before the season start. Now let's get into these standings and how everything's starting to look. AFC East. Let me start off with AFC East. We got the Bills, Jets, Dolphins, and the Patriots. Bills looking like the strongest on that side. But you also have the Dolphins. They just got Jalen Ramsey, some shutdown corners. Jalen Ramsey is one of the best cornerbacks in the league, and we're talking top 3 in the league, if not top 5. But Jalen Ramsey is definitely up there. A couple of years ago, he was the best, the top cornerback. Why the Rams get rid of him, I don't know. But he goes to the Dolphins, already revamped. I ain't gonna say souped up because they not, but with the additions of Hill, and they already got I can't think, number 17. Waddle. They already got Jalen Waddle. They brought Tyreek Hill over. Dolphins is looking like a solid team. If Tua can stay healthy and not get no, shots to the helmet, to the head, getting any concussions, Dolphins will be all right. Get that boy a little blocking, and he gonna carve up the defense. So AFC East, Bills definitely looking strong. Knox, a dog. The quarterback definitely coming into his zone. Might be in his prime. This might be his prime years. So Josh Allen may deliver. He got a lot. Everybody eyes on Josh Allen this year. What you gonna do? Cover up Madden, bro? Sky's the limit for the Bills this year. We gonna see. Patriots, new addition, Ezekiel Elliott. Like I say, I think the Cowboys gonna miss Elliott. I don't know. We'll see, because numbers don't lie, and Elliott's numbers did plummet over the last couple of years. Since he got that big payday that he wanted, his numbers been down. Only thing that's been growing on Elliott is his hair. Them numbers haven't been growing at all. AFC East. You also got the Jets, the team everybody's talking about because of Aaron Rodgers. Also with Dalvin Cook added to the roster. You already got Sauce Gardner on defense, one of the top cornerbacks in the league. Nice linebacker core with the Jets, defensive tackles, nice safety group, defensive backs. Everything looking good on the Jets defense. We will see, because they have a hard division first off with the Patriots, Dolphins, and the Bills. They got to see twice. But, man, they're going to be going to get some hitters also. The Steelers, the Jags, they're going to get some hitters in the AFC. So we're going to see AFC East is real thick. We're going to see how shit play out. Now, let's move to the South. We got AFC South, Jags, Titans, Texans, Colts. This should be an interesting division this year. Let me start from the bottom up. Colts, Richardson, hell of a quarterback doing his thing in the preseason. That boy, mini Michael Vick out there. You don't know if he's going to take off running, pass for short yards, pass down the field. Richardson, shout outs to him. Shout outs to the Texans. They got a lot of draft picks. Texans have a promising year this year, or they could be a bust and be the worst team in the league again. Only time will tell. Titans surprised me. Titans got one of the best wide receivers, Hall of Fame receiver in DeAndre Hopkins. I would have never seen that coming, but Titans do have the top receiver that they wanted. They got rid of Julio Jones, and so adding an addition like Andre Hopkins will definitely help this team out and help out Derrick Henry. And, you know, it won't be all based on running now. Now you got an offensive threat in a wide receiver that he could throw to. Tannehill, another he'll carve up a defense if you give him some blocking. Tannehill ain't no slouch. He a good quarterback. He definitely do his job. And with blocking, he can be more than a subpar. He can be an all-star with all-star blocking. The Jags is undefeated in the preseason. Jags is looking real good. They starting to look how they did in the playoffs last year before they ran into the Chiefs. Jags definitely got a squad, and Trevor Lawrence is getting comfortable in that pocket. We're going to see how it plays out, but Jags definitely got a team. They got some slept-on people, ATM. You got some people over there with the Jags. So I'm looking forward to seeing their games this year and what they bring to the table in the AFC South. Moving on to the North, we got Steelers, Browns, Ravens, Bengals. Bengals, haven't heard too much of them. Haven't heard too much of them this offseason, but you never know. It's any given Sunday, you know, when this NFL season starts. So anything can happen. Bengals could very well be top of this division, but you got to worry about the Ravens. You got to worry about the Steelers. Steelers is undefeated in preseason. Steelers looking good out there. The boy Pickett throwing that damn thing. He throwing it, slanging that ball like a Joe Montana or something. Browns is they're not the Browns that they used to be in the 90s, where they're always the worst in the league every year. Browns have definitely came up. This is the best time to be a Browns fan. They starting to look good. They making a little noise in their division, even though they do have the Ravens and the Steelers in their division. The Browns could very well be third place in this division, you know, and still make the playoffs. Wild card, something like that. Now we move on to the last division in the AFC, which is the West. And some would say the toughest division. You got the Chiefs, Chargers, Raiders, Broncos. Broncos, they took two nasty losses in the preseason. You know, it ain't like they got blown out, but they took some losses that some would say shouldn't have happened. That third game, they got it together against the Rams. They beat them boys like they stole something from them. They beat them boys like them boys was jumping on an innocent black man and they jumped them. That's how they came back with chairs and went all upside their head. That's what they beat them boys like. Rams, absolutely no fight. They died horribly to the Broncos. I think it was like 41-0 by the end of it. Yeah, it's preseason, but that still give you a glimpse of how they're going to look. You know, if you can't get it together in preseason, you sure can't wait for the regular season to get it together. So, you know. Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes, just that name alone, they don't die. They not, ain't no fall off when it comes to Patrick Mahomes. You got a quarterback that want it that bad every year. This year, hurt, still won the Super Bowl. Played a hungry Bills team, won it in the snow. Ain't too much you could say about the heart of a Patrick Mahomes. And he gonna always have the Chiefs in good position until the day he wake up and don't care like he used to. Chargers, hungry offense, defense, special teams, just an all-around good team. You got people that's coming into their prime. They've been in the league some years, so it's time to put up or shut up. Raiders, you got the best wide receiver in the league at one time, Devontae Adams. This is a put up or shut up year for Devontae Adams. Like, what are we doing with you? They already got rid of Waller. That brings more pressure on you. Devontae Adams, what you gonna do, man? If he don't do nothing with the Raiders this year, I'm pretty sure he's gonna want to trade. And that does it for the West. I already talked about the Broncos. Sean Payton, hey, he don't play. He coming to make some changes. He coming to make some furniture move around here. He wants some wins. He did not come over here to just, keep the losses up. Dude, come over here to make a change. And I think that's what Sean Payton gonna do. So we'll see what the Broncos do this year. NFC, we got to talk about. I say the number one division every year because maybe that's because my boy's in there. But we got to talk about the NFC East. Let's start off with the East. And tight division every year. Everybody want to talk about the Eagles, how they was in the Super Bowl, how the Eagles been on the rise the last 5 years. I mean, that's cool. We ain't heard nothing from the Eagles since Donovan McNabb and Terrell Owens. They may make the playoffs, but as far as a threat going to the Super Bowl, we haven't heard nothing from them. And if they do go to the Super Bowl, they don't win. So the Eagles, y'all Eagles fans, man, y'all happy because y'all just started winning. Us Cowboys fans, we've been knowing about that. Hell, I grew up going to Super Bowl parties, Giants, Saquon Barkley, y'all got to feed that man the ball. Y'all got to base y'all offense around Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley should have like 3 touchdowns a game if y'all want to be able to compete in this NFL. Not only that, but keep him happy. Keep the ball in that dude's hands because he will. After this year, I think if Saquon Barkley don't make a splash this year with the Giants, he's going to want out. And there's a lot of players this year. If they don't do something this year and y'all don't feed them the ball, they're going to want out of y'all franchise, wherever they at. Saquon Barkley is one of them. Commanders. Everybody's talking about the Cowboys. Everybody's talking about the Eagles and their high hopes for this season. But the Commanders got a squad. The Commanders are undefeated in preseason. The Commanders are hungry. And one thing about a hungry team, anything can happen with a hungry team. Some NFL teams show up to day one of the season knowing they ain't going to do shit all year. But you work hard to maybe change that. Commanders really got something going for their franchise. They not one of them just, oh, man, I know we ain't going to be shit this year. They got something. They could potentially sneak the NFC East from the Eagles, from the Cowboys. Yeah, I said it. Commanders, you never know. They got some good offensive coordinators. They got some hitters back there in that office. Watch the Commanders this year. Watch what I'm telling you. The South, NFC South, Saints. A lot of their people starting to go over to the Broncos. But Saints is they don't lay down. They a fight kind of team, and they always gonna be tough in the NFC South. They always gonna be tough. So Falcons, Panthers, y'all always got y'all homework. You always got y'all, y'all work cut out for you when you go against a team like the Saints. It's always gonna be a tough division. Falcons making some moves. This division is a big question mark. Buccaneers, you don't know what they gonna do. I couldn't tell you who's going to come out of this AFC South. I know one thing. Panthers is looking the weakest. They haven't won a game in preseason, and they definitely need to get it together. Have I seen little clips, touchdowns? Yeah. But Panthers need to find a way to close that game out. We go to the north now. Packers, Lions, Vikings, Bears. This is always an entertaining division and always been decided by one game or two towards the end of the season. Maybe that goes with who's winning the first of the season. You can't wait to pick up halfway through the season to turn up. Packers, they looking bad. Packers, I don't think won a game in the preseason. But also, the Vikings haven't won a preseason game. Lions starting to look pretty good, man. Lions is a rebuilding team who have been rebuilding over the years. You could definitely see some of the talent they got on their field. Lions got some fast. They got some of the fastest receivers in the NFL on the Detroit Lions, and you wouldn't even know it. Who do I have coming out of that north? Well, I'll do my predictions in a minute. But I mean, it looks like a tight division, this NFC North. And it could be a tight division with all losses. Like all these teams could be just losing bad. It could be with that. Or they all could be winning, either one. Vikings could turn up. Packers could find a way. All right, we go to the last one. And this would be the West Coast, West Side. We got the 49ers, Rams, Seahawks, and Cardinals. 49ers, they trade Trey Lance. Evidently, they were comfortable with the quarterbacks they got. They will be a threat this year. They was a threat last year. 49ers got the same squad. They haven't got rid of none of their hitters. So I feel like the 49ers will be the same as they was last year. Rams, terrible. Rams would probably be the worst team in the NFL this year. Undefeated in losses in preseason. They absolutely died to the Broncos. And that wasn't the only one they got killed. They got killed against the Broncos. And that was their third game. And they was already they lost their first two. And you lose your third preseason game. Bad. So it's like, man. Rams, after winning that Super Bowl, man, you know what once you win that Super Bowl, you got to keep your players happy. Otherwise, you will plummet and you will fall to the bottom of the NFL. Seahawks. Geno Smith surprised some people last year. He's back. He's a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more confident. He has Metcalf. He has some weapons over there. And if he don't have a weapon you never heard of, he may turn somebody into a weapon. That's the thing about good quarterbacks who are hungry. They make them some weapons out there. They build relationships. Next thing you know, they got a connection on whoever they're throwing to. So it's a promising season for the Seahawks. Also, same thing with the Cardinals. You got Murray, hell of a quarterback, in Heisman winner in college. He's a winner. Can he take that same mentality and do it to the NFL? It hasn't worked as of late, but he got some hitters. He got one of the fastest receivers in Brown. Hollywood Brown over there. You got Green over there from the Bengals. You got some hitters. They got rid of DeAndre Hopkins because they knew already had speed already. So that was a quick little. That was my preseason talk. We finna move on to NFL news. League news, stuff going around the NFL. 53-man roster this year. I don't know how many people it was last year, but they are rocking with a 53-man roster in the NFL. For all the 100 and some people who showed up to camp that first day, only 53 making it. Rams, Packers, Vikings, no preseason wins. Y'all got to get it together. The season's about to start. No losses. People that had no losses in the preseason. Teams to look for going into the season. Steelers, Jags, and Commanders. DeMar Hamlin makes a Bills roster. It's only 53 people, and DeMar Hamlin makes it. Bears defense hit hard in preseason with injuries. Leading and going into this first game of the season, I don't know what the Bears are going to do. They coming across a lot of injuries this preseason. Russell Wilson in the spotlight for his job this year? Question mark. Sean Payton, he don't know that boy like that. You know, he went against him when the Saints went against the Seahawks, but he don't know that boy like that to be securing his job. If Russell Wilson don't come on with it this year, I got a feeling the Broncos will be getting rid of him. Jets Super Bowl hype. It's all around ESPN. Everybody talking about it. Where do you see the Jets going this year? Because it's a lot of Super Bowl hype behind the Jets. Everybody talking about Super Bowl. We'll see. I know one thing. They star running back has been talking a lot of trash. And since he came from the Vikings, he says, you know, Jets got Super Bowl in their eyesight. And that's what they got coming. They say they going to the Super Bowl. Cowboys trade Calvin Joseph to Dolphins cornerback Noah. I can't pronounce your last name. I ain't going to even try to. I ain't going to mess your name up like that, bro. We'll see how that goes. Trey Lance traded to the Cowboys from the 49ers. What y'all think about that? Me personally, I think that Trey Lance, I think this was a move not for Trey Lance, but more for Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott, he's a big question mark. You know he got the potential, but it's kind of like Ezekiel Elliott. When we give you this money, are you going to come through, or are you just going to be mediocre? Are you just going to hold your spot? Are you going to do just enough to hold your starter spot to keep it from who we got coming behind you, you know, in your spot if you mess up? Because that seems that's what Elliott did, not, you know, Prescott. If you thinking you're going to do that same thing this year and just hold down your roster spot for the Cowboys as number one quarterback and that's it, but you ain't going to deliver, we've got another thing coming because I feel like the Cowboys will groom this boy, Trey Lance, and they will throw him in there. If it don't work for Trey Lance, you got Cooper Rush, you know, 4 or 5 wins in a row last year or so. It's definitely tight with that quarterbacks in Dallas. Shannon Sharp to ESPN. I never would have seen this coming. Shannon Sharp up jumps and leaves undisputed. That's one thing. And I was thinking like, damn, what he got going? I already know he got his, you know, his liquor, his Club Shay on YouTube, and he doing his thing. But I would have never seen him going to ESPN, especially when ESPN was doing layoffs and just cutting people left and right. You would even take a chance on, you know, being, well, I get it. It's a sign on bonus when you first come on. You may not be there year after year after year because they may cut, but you got the money to begin with. You know what I mean? So I get it. Plus Skip Bayless cutting you off, getting on your nerves, talking to you like you ain't shit. Undisputed new host. Undisputed Skip super happy and saying, I want to introduce you to my new host. I would have never seen it coming. You got some people that will put him in his place. You got Keyshawn Johnson. You got Hall of Famer and Cowboys receiver Michael Irvin. Then you got Richard Sherman, a guy that really put Skip in his place and known for putting Skip in his place. That's why he made it to the show. They want somebody who ain't going to back down and be a yes man. Broncos with Sean Payton. I got a feeling he going to turn this club around, man. He already getting Saints players left and right. I got a feeling that Sean Payton will make a difference with this franchise. He's one of those one of those coaches that sometimes a player can go to a team and make a difference, and then a coach can also. Look at Andy Reid with the Chiefs. I think he will make a difference with the Broncos for years to come. And Only time will tell. We will see. But this is Sports Talk episode 1. It's a little short because it's the first episode. We'll have plenty of stuff to talk about next week with week 1. I'll see y'all next week. Your boy Eddie Steady 214. Holler at y'all later. Thank you for watching. She only want me cause I'm spending. She only want me cause I'm winning. Well, she only love me cause I'm spending. She only love me cause I'm winning. She only love me when I'm spending. She only love me when I'm spending. She only love me when I'm in it. She only love me when I'm in it. She only love me when I'm winning. She only love me when I'm winning. Can't win from losing with these bitches. She only love me when I'm spending. She only love me when I'm spending. Oh, only love me when I'm in it. Only love me when I'm in it. She only love me when I'm winning. She only love me when I'm winning. Can't win from losing with these bitches. Never a hoe like a doodoo, don't say hoe, just white, don't even look at the tissue. Music go photo of a tissue. Funky ass woman, first made through some millions. I keep this shit cold, the respect for the business. Crush on the bed, hoe thinking it's a business. Got the hoe strong, she question my intentions. Dive in the mind, splash, strike the list. I love you from the inside out, show a bitch no word of mouth. When I ain't up on the center pockets where I can be found. Get the bills in, back up that slipper with the stamp. Everything don't make the trends, we gon' get it on the block. Good nigga die with his foot on the gas. Forgot not to penny with less off the slab. Let the hoe walk till her feet hurt the slab. She only love me when I'm spending. She only love me when I'm spending. She only love me when I'm in it. She only love me when I'm in it. She only love me when I'm winning. She only love me when I'm winning. Can't win from losing with these bitches. She only love me when I'm spending. She only love me when I'm spending. Oh, only love me when I'm in it. Oh, only love me when I'm in it. She only love me when I'm winning. She only love me when I'm winning. Can't win from losing with these bitches. Show a bitch the steps to get from point A all the way to Z. Southside is an island. Grab your sandals, straight down the beach. So you a fuck nigga, you know I stay fuck nigga free to you fuck nigga. I might be Balunza, Wayne or FE. Free. You wanna lay with me? Oh, you got to pay for me. Send the bed to bitch that breathe. She say it's okay with me. It's okay. Got my car for basic hit. The bitch don't play with me. Coco sit dick in the bed. She only love me when I'm spending. She only love me when I'm spending. She only love me when I'm in it. She only love me when I'm in it. She only love me when I'm winning. She only love me when I'm winning. Can't win for losing with these bitches. She only love me when I'm spending. She only love me when I'm spending. Oh, only love me when I'm in it. Oh, only love me when I'm in it. She only love me when I'm winning. She only love me when I'm winning. Can't win for losing with these bitches.